Well, hey, and good morning. Happy Monday. It's Nat. Welcome to another episode of Baking Me Happy. So today we are going to be making a pound cake. I bought this cute little pan right here on the Amazons, and I was like, well, a good dense batter is good for a pan like this because it really holds the shape. So we're going to do just a traditional pound cake. It's a really simple recipe. Few things to know. We want your eggs to be completely room temperature because there's no baking soda or baking powder in this. So the rise is going to come from those yolks. Also, even though you need a dozen eggs, you only need a dozen yolks. So take 6 of those whites and set them aside. I did that last night and went ahead and made some meringues because on our last video somebody commented that they would look cute green and as Christmas tree. So I said, you know what? If I gotta separate these eggs anyway, I'll go ahead and make some green meringues. I didn't add a lot of green because I didn't want them to get too texturally dark, but they are so crunchy. If y'all want me to show you how to make, they're like those dinner mints that melt in your mouth because I did peppermint. Come on now. I'll show you how to make it step by step. It's going to be a quick tutorial, but we're also going to have fun. It's rainy outside. I'm feeling kind of crappy. So like, subscribe, pop me on the counter. Let's make a pound cake and bake ourselves happy. Okay, so you already know I've washed my hands. We're going to go ahead and preheat our oven at 350. Y'all going to have to excuse me. I got y'all at a different angle today because Miss Molly Mixer, the new addition to our baking family, her cord ain't long enough. And, well, y'all get me some subscribers and get me monetized, and I'll have a bigger kitchen, and I can show y'all a lot more stuff, and I won't have bad angles and bad lighting. How about that? Okay, so to start off, you need 4 sticks of butter completely softened, okay? I've already put 2 in here. While I'm unwrapping the other 2, I'll tell you what else you need. Again, we talked about the eggs, so you're going to need 6 whole eggs plus 6 egg yolks, okay? But again, save those egg whites whenever you separate them because you can use that for meringue, okay? You're going to need 3.5 cups of granulated sugar. Again, prep cups are so great. Get your ingredients together before you get started. Everything in its place, remember? Yeah, and it makes things a lot easier. I think it makes my videos easier to do for sure. But in culinary school, again, that's how we learn to do it. 3.5 cups of sifted flour, teaspoon of vanilla, dash of salt. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to trust Miss Molly Mixer to cream our butter. So we're going to do that. Now, as I said before, if you unlock your top and just kind of lift gradually as it's mixing and then cut your beater off, I hope you heard all that. We'll see in editing. And you cut your beater off, then it kind of gets all the batter off the beater before you pull it out of the bowl. And you're going to scrape your sides down really good once that's good and creamed, okay? All right. Now the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to get your sugar and you're going to go ahead and pour that in there, all of it all together, cream that together. It's quick. Okay. Most of the things that I show you guys, once you get your stuff together, it's quick to put together. The longest time is the baking, and while it's baking, I'll tell you what I do while it's baking. Now we're just beating this sugar and butter on high until it's completely combined, okay? Now, another thing is this batter is going to be thick and fluffy and it makes a lot, so do it in a stand mixer. Unless you have some huge bowl and some grief with your forearms that you want to make with a mixer or with a wooden spoon, this is not the, I mean, you know, unless you want biceps like Arnold. And I mean, I got baker's biceps, but I just don't push it too far. All right, once you get those combined, it's going to look like a white sandy mixture. Okay, you're going to throw your dash of salt, okay, like that, in your bowl of eggs, and go ahead and put your little bit of vanilla in your eggs, okay? Now, the reason that we want to go ahead and beat these out before we add them in there is because once you add the egg whites to all that fat in there, they're not going to fluff up anymore. So we need to get this all good and mixed together. I should have gotten a bigger bowl so I could show y'all how to do it right. This is how I mix everything whenever I have a whisk. And you just want to make sure that once you pick up your whisk, that everything's falling off of it. If you still got big old chunks stuck to it, it's not done yet. But it's important that this is whisked right before you put it in there for the texture of your cake. Okay? Now we're just going to pour that in there. Okay? We're just going to pour it all in there. And then we're going to turn her back on. Now what I like to do is I cut out the parts that while it's mixing, I can go put stuff away. It's another reason I like having a stand mixer, not a hand mixer, because it can do the mixing and I can be doing, it's a multitask thing. Like, it's just, work smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? And KitchenAid is the way to do that. I'm telling you, if you don't have a KitchenAid mixer and you're trying to do like really big, thick, hefty jobs, I'm convinced KitchenAid is where it's at for everything. So once this is good and mixed up, again, you're going to go ahead and scrape the sides of your bowl. You always want to be scraping the sides of the bowl down because you want to make sure everything's good and mixed up. Okay, so I'll edit most of this out. Y'all. Who's the messiest in all the land? It's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. So now we're just gonna add our flour a little bit at a time to this until it's fully mixed. And you're gonna have that on kind of on medium while you're adding because you don't want it to poof up everywhere. Oh, while this is mixing, go ahead and spray your pan. You know me. It's not a good day if you don't get the spray. That was kind of cheesy, but I might leave it in. Baker's Joy. Not sponsored yet. Now make sure that once you get about half your flour in, go ahead and just stop it and make sure you got everything scraped down and scraped in. All right. Now I'm going to scrape the bowl down one more again. And then we'll be putting her in the oven. Yeah. If you're like me, it's going to be messy, but that's okay. It doesn't matter what it looks like up until it gets there. You can clean up behind yourself. It's okay. I used to get so frustrated with myself for being messy, and then I realized it's just part of my process, you know? I've gotten less messy. I've learned how to manage it, that's for sure. And that's all you can do. All right, so she's nice and ready to go. And we're gonna see how thick? Thickness, juiciness. We like that thick when we're doing this stuff. Now that looks like a lot of batter, right? It looks like it's not gonna fit in there, but it will. All right, so we're gonna take our little pan. You can use whatever pan you want. You know, you can use a couple of loaf pans. This will work for a couple of loaf pans if you want that kind, you know, for your like coffee cakes or whatever. Put a little bit of lemon flavoring in here and make you some lemon drizzle to go over it. That would be good. I just like a good traditional pound cake. This one gives you a good crust too. Now because I've got all that design in the pan, what I'm gonna do is I'm only gonna do about half out right now. And I'm gonna tap it down in there. Sorry for the loud. All right, and I'm even gonna kind of push down in there because I wanna make sure that batter gets all in those designs, okay? Still, it looks like it's not all gonna fit, don't it? It'll fit, trust me, okay? I'm Nat. I wouldn't steer you wrong. Okay, so I have been known to operate under only, 99% certainty sometimes. But, for the most part, as long as you do everything according to the instructions, you should be okay, right? Now, I don't want this around my edges I'm just trying to pat it down evenly right now. I told you it was all gonna fit. You didn't believe me. You're a doubter. Okay, so now because I don't want obviously crusty burnt stuff on my edges, we're gonna, okay, our oven's ready. So we're just gonna pop this in a 350 oven for about 1 hour and 15 minutes, okay? Once it comes out, just turn your oven off and leave it to sit for about 20 minutes and then flip it over on your baking pan or on your cooling rack. And then we'll come back and see what it's gonna look like, okay? Okay, so we've pulled her out and we've let her sit for about 20 minutes. Look how pretty. Look how crusty. You can't see it yet, can you? Hang on just a second. Oh my goodness. Look how pretty. Okay, so I have pulled her out and flipped her over and let her cool. We put some powdered sugar on the top. I'm gonna cut a piece and we're gonna see how it tastes, okay? Okay, you can see right there. Look at that texture, how fluffy. All right, let's give her a try. Oh my goodness. I love a good dense pound cake. It's soft and buttery on the inside and crisp on the outside, just like I thought it would be. Oh, I'm so tickled. I'm so tickled. Well, I'm glad you guys had a chance to bake with me again today. I hope you enjoy this pound cake as much as I do. And I hope that the people I end up giving it to, I hope you guys love it too. Tell me what you think in the comments. If you're watching, subscribe. If you're subscribed and you're watching, please like. Every interaction you have with my channel helps with what I do to give back to my community. Thank you for watching today. I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll see you next time on Baking Me Happy. Bye.